I want to hear Papa Panty.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Straight Note Chaser, the podcast where us girls talk about everything the way that we usually do in our group chat. And today is exciting because we have guests, and these guests have we got some men's. We got some men's. We got some of our favorite men's. But before we get into introductions, this is Straight No Chaser. Follow us at straightnochaser.podcast on the Instagram. And if you go into the bio, you're going to see the link, which will take you to our link tree and take you to your preferred streaming platform. We have Spotify, Apple Music, Anchor, and we're also on the YouTubes for you to see our faces. Tonight, the girls that are represented are Ayana.
Good night. Also, let me say, somebody pay her. She's very good at this.
Very good at this.
Agreed.
Thank you. Shameless plug that will actually change your life. Thank you, Jan and guys. And then we have the wonderful Bahar.
What's up?
I like B. And my sister over there, Rohan.
There was no excitement in that, but hello.
Okay, I want to do it over. Take two.
Take
Boop. And we have my very, very good friend, Rohan. Mixologist extraordinaire and curator of the Curly Tails. Right. So like I said, we have some penises with us today. And those penises are very, very good friends. People that I consider to be among the best of mine. I don't know about the rest of them. But I love them daily. And I don't throw around. I love easy. So I'm trying to figure out on the grade scale of complexion how we should go.
Podcast will give everybody. Good night.
Because we brown and then we just get lighter and lighter. So I'll start with Esau.
Go light first.
Go light first? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just highlighting right now. Logman, Daryl lighter than you. But it's also based on geography and things. So we're going from the reddest of the reds. We have Daryl Friday, affectionately known as Doc, and also known as B-Man. Is she husband already?
A husband.
Is she husband already? And he's also our editor. You want an AKA? AKA.
What's the next AKA just now? We had earlier the Zadim.
Oh, Zadimus Prime. Now you see how nice he's looking. I hope when he edits it, because he's our editor and everything, production extraordinaire. Doc Vision on Instagram. Check it out. Spell it for yourself. 2 Ks, right? You see how his bed is looking luscious.
That's
And it have a little sprinkling of salt and pepper, so he's calling him a Zaddy, and it turned to Zadimus Prime. So also check Zadimus Prime on Instagram just in case he make a page for your bed.
That's a blushing poem.
Right. Then lower down on the red scale, but the red is in Grenada. The president of the Red or Dead Association, entrepreneur extraordinaire, and one of my personal favorite red men, Logs.
That seemed very hard for you to do,
It was very difficult for me to call you by your actual nickname.
She's gonna write the words on her tongue.
Yes.
You really try not to stray away from that.
Good job.
Well done, G. Well done.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Did they do a survey on if Logs is the reddest in Grenada now?
A dictatorship.
I think so. I think as he says so that's how it is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least is somebody that I am personally very proud of. And he's been making big moves recently. He would literally crack your back. Esau.
Okay, what are we doing? That's all these weeks now we had planning. And this is what we come up with.
This is fantastic.
I thought it was
I think it's great content.
great content.
Right, so guys, if you've watched us before, listened to us before, we start every one of these with a shot.
I have to do it from the bottle because I can't find my
Ooh,
glass.
from the bottle, B? Oh, look
I
at
mean,
you.
no,
will
the
drink some wine.
actual.
I got my shot ready.
Right. So yeah, cheers, guys. Oh, Jan's ready?
Cheers.
I know already.
Oh,
Cheers.
Yeah.
Salute
Salute.
again.
Did it pass?
yeah, there you
Let's
go.
go. Cheers.
Yeah, I got you.
Uh, oh, that was good for the chest. Yes.
It was nice.
My AC doesn't feel that cold anymore.
You got a little warmth there.
Yeah, a big warmth, not just a little one.
That's cool. That's cool.
Hey, you.
So, guys, tonight we have a nice little thing going on. We had our fishbowl, right? And our fishbowl was just asking the opposite sex questions. So we have questions from guys, we have questions from the ladies, but it's geared towards the opposite sex. And we do have a range of types of men with us. We have someone who's married, we have somebody who's in a relationship, we have somebody who we assume is single. So, because I didn't ask. There, so we have a good range. So, like, you know, it's not skewed. We have a lot of opinions I will pass through and stuff like that. So we're gonna get to those now. Ro, you wanna help me ask them questions?
Sure. I just heard the feedback from that was nasty. I'm so sorry. My voice is in and out, so
That's okay.
I see you fed this whole weekend. Of course, it's be store.
In church, she was fed in the church. She was praising the Lord.
Hey,
She was fetting in church and praising
She's
the Lord.
praising those hallelujahs.
listen. I'm a Pentecostal, you know.
I never hear them sing Matilda in church
wait,
before.
what? Oh, Lord. Oh, boy.
I didn't hear that
The
enough.
Lord come down from the. Fuck my bad.
Wait,
Okay.
wait. Nah, I won't say it.
Say it, say it.
Oh,
Oh, God.
It.
Oh,
Right.
No.
yeah, say it. We could always
It-
edit it out, you know.
No, I was saying I didn't know churches started doing dance moves too. 6:30 and all that.
I didn't
Oh,
6:30. Thank you very much.
She had to pick up the wine from the ground.
I don't know what Giselle is, but she.
Listen,
did
it was a holy weekend, so we shall not judge anybody who was on their knees.
Wow.
Ooh, ooh.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Ooh.
What happened?
This is gonna be a great
You need
episode.
buffalo.
Oh,
What, what happened? Did you,
So we
buffalo? Somebody
that-
on the ground?
We
That's
reached
where we
there.
started. That's where we started.
What are we, 10
Nice.
minutes into the podcast?
Were you wearing knee pads? Or you need buffalo?
We literally just introduced each other and like took a shot. That's it.
This is
Y'all had
fantastic.
me there. Jesus Christ.
Wow, Ayana. I mean,
Somebody had to say it. It was
She was holding on so long.
okay. All right. So I guess we could go one in or one out, Ru.
Okay. You start.
So the first question that I see here, the question is from a lady. So guys, but also ladies, if you have answers, interject. The question is, why? Just fucking why?
I already know who asked this question.
It wasn't me, but I just
It wasn't
don't know,
me
like,
either.
I don't know.
It was definitely me. It was definitely me.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I just want to know why. Why?
Why
We
what? Why what?
Why what?
just think of anything that you just do or you have done, and why.
You're forcing it.
You're gonna have to be. You're gonna have to be more specific than that.
The
There's
problem is
a-
I don't
there's a-
actually think they've done anything wrong. Like, so us asking why,
Hmm.
and not y'all in particular, but like
That's fair. That's fair.
men that we're asking the question why, to them, I don't even think that they're doing anything wrong or anything that affects or hurts you. And I'm just like, if you don't think it, then it must not be true. And I'm actually delusional. I mean, delusions of grandeur over here.
I mean,
I like how everybody was just like, yeah, delusions. Yes, let's sum it up to that. No, but that was my question.
that was the best answer you could get.
Yeah.
That's fine. We will get into I will get a why tonight and I'll get it, but eventually. The next question, Jesus Christ, is it from a man? It says,
Hmm.
what what's your expectations here? Because I ain't marrying you, girl. Now, for the people who are watching, I want you to look at faces. And for the people who are listening, the person who asked that question is in here.
Inside.
Logs, that's you, boy.
Me.
You
All
asked that?
right.
Red man accusation.
For me, yes.
A red man accused another red man.
That is
He saw us like, I'm not even
red
taking part in this. He's like, nope. Okay, but our first real question.
First
Real?
real question.
Actually,
True
it-
question.
hold on one sec. I mean, it is I asked, it's me who asked it, but I asked it, even though it's a
Surprise.
joke, even though it's a bit of a joke, I think it's like important to establish, okay, where are we sort of taking this? You know, just establish intentions, you know? I mean, even though it is more than likely going to be a lie, but
Initially.
And that is the first why.
That is
why is it a lie?
And it came back.
Hold on. We
Why does
didn't,
it have to
say
be-
it was a lie from
Right.
which side. We just said it was
Yeah,
a
we-
lie.
no, it's a life from the
It could be from the girl as well.
Rohan, come down.
Yeah.
Things can change, right?
He saw is not letting you stay there at all.
Oh,
That's a good point.
You can
That's a
start
good
off with
point.
intentions and,
Yeah.
and things can change, right?
Yeah.
There might not be a lie initially, but it might
But-
seem like a lie in the end,
Yeah.
you know?
because my view of you has changed drastically throughout the whole relationship.
Exactly. All right.
So at
Next.
which point do you revisit your initial intention and make your new intentions clear?
It's a constant
yeah.
process.
But who's maintaining
least-
the process?
What? Not men saying consistency.
Yeah, but that's your glass, eh? Yo, what's the
That's
truth? Go ahead. What's the truth? It's okay. Touch over the weekend. Yeah. All right.
All is speeding tonight. All is speeding.
But I
Anyway, no, I think it's a process between both, or whoever set the intention initially, or whoever like said, "Hey, bow, so on, so on." So we're looking to go ahead. Should be the person to probably take front in initiating the conversation. But don't have to be them all the time. But I think it's their responsibility to check in on it.
Exactly.
Not mutual?
Sometimes it doesn't happen, to be
No,
honest.
yeah, it is mutual. But I mean,
Yeah.
if I say to you, "Hey, I'm looking to go here," and you say, I don't know, I'm not too sure. But we say, "All right, let me ride,"
Mm.
then I will always check in and see, But it is a mutual.
I mean, even if somebody presents the question first, I don't see that the other partner then needs to be passive in the relationship. I think if you're
No.
in the relationship, or whatever it is, canoe, cruise ship, whatever, raft, then I think the onus is on both of you, regardless of who initiated the conversation, to check in.
Yeah, it's an ongoing process between the two.
The reassurance, or acknowledge that you're not reassuring, as
Mhm.
as your feelings evolve and so on.
Right. So every couple months you come together and you have a talk, basically,
Yeah.
to see where we're going.
That
That was
like a girly up thing. Like, hey, let's check in with our feelings for each other in like a month or two.
I
Or
like
maybe-
the Zoom link.
Or maybe if someone's like very upfront with their feelings, like, look, I'm catching feelings. I know this wasn't that serious, but this is where my feelings are going. I think I need to get out of this, or if you feel the same way, we should, yeah, certain people just, can't separate it, can't compartmentalize their feelings when it comes to like a physical thing, or that kind of thing. So it's always good to sort of check up, and but that's if you're not dealing with a fuck boy or girl,
Indeed.
That's true. Because the lies you get, even when you try to check in and like
I
just
I wouldn't say lies. I would say
It's life, man.
Logs.
But some,
Don't try to say, that's what
Logs
I
are here
remember.
defending the people them.
yeah.
That was a red man move.
Was it? Was indeed.
And he
All
drank on that. Nice.
Let's
I
get into the
mean-
other question. So we
Please,
can, because we have quite a lot to get through.
Oh, okay, let's go.
So, do you think that timing is everything in a relationship?
Nah.
Yes. Yes.
Wait,
Yes
who is this
and
Yeah.
yes and no.
Okay, tell me a yes or no.
So timing
goes
is
first?
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say yes and no. So now when you say timing, you mean like, this is the time that I have for you, or the time of the life that you come in and you're like, yes, I'm ready to receive someone like you? Or is it like, well, yeah, it's a good time now. I guess I could take somebody.
Yeah, that's about right now. Yeah. I'm ready to get married. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. See? It's just-
I guess it's a bit of both. You could give
right.
us. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, like you could say, yeah, I wanna have someone in my life. Yes, I think it's time for me to move, just to have a normal relationship. Not even I just started like in the beginning. So just like I'm ready to have a normal a relationship with someone. I'm tired of all these things, and I think this is a good time for me because I've done a lot of things. I've finished my whoring stage and all these kind of things, and then at the same time, no, because you can be still in your whoring stage and a girl could show you that now is the time for you to settle down and do something better with yourself. And I could be the one to show you the way. I can show you. the
Danger
way.
alert, danger alert. Girls, he's not saying you can change a man.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah,
am not
yeah, yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
I
no,
am
no,
not
no, no.
saying.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
change nobody. You
definitely.
can't change.
Before they catch that, like let's not put that because
But
That's
we
the
are
delusions of
also
grandeur.
We are also saying that the right person in your life can inspire change. And
Correct.
here.
Sometimes you just have to
absolutely.
accept the harsh reality that that person isn't us.
I wouldn't say fully
Yeah.
change. I would say like it's an extra push
Yeah, a push in the
that
right
you already,
direction,
a push it in the right direction that you already had.
a kink in
So
the
it's
rock.
like, yeah. So it's like I could drink a bottle of rum, but I would take only a glass. But with the right push, I could drink the whole bottle.
Lovely.
Well, don't die. Eh?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't drunk it there. All right. So let's move on to or did anyone else have anything to add to that?
Nah, I think Redman covered it.
Or man
Yeah,
covering?
yeah.
Red people covering shit. Oh my god. Okay. If you don't want my obsession, then what do you want?
Ooh.
All right, Joe. I don't know.
Oh boy.
This is from a female or a male
I
person.
think.
I don't know,
I mean, not that it necessarily matters, but
Oh,
If you don't want my obsession,
he has his pronouns in his bio, so he.
you don't want my
Uh,
obsession.
Why would
What?
anybody want obsession? Like,
no, I think where he's coming from is that women tend to want a man who is intentional, but then when it seems, and this is not true for me, but too intentional, it seems like an obsession. So you're not attracted to that because even though he is showing interest, it's kind of like, you're so whack.
No. King, if she don't
the
want your
truth is
obsession,
that some of us like
right
bad
out.
treatment.
If
So
you
if
don't
the
want-
man
Yeah.
giving you too much attention, you're going to say, something wrong.
No, forget that. King, if she don't want your attention, go right out.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
else go cherish it,
Like
right?
Grand Rising.
And,
But
I
I mean, I can't talk for everybody, but I like attention and then not attention at the same time. Like my dream man is a man that take me on, but don't take me on at the same time.
I feel that.
Yeah.
well, here's the thing, right? If you communicate it in a kind of way where the obsession is the thrill of the game, where you take on sometimes and not take on sometimes, just to increase the obsession, or between both, then you see how that working out? Like it would kind of
It's
catalyze the entire situation.
Okay, but
Like
there's
you can-
Call it a roller coaster. And you don't want that.
I mean, the person
Yeah.
used the word obsession, and there's a deeper meaning that we can look at. different people have different attachment styles in a relationship. Some people experience high levels of anxiety in a relationship, and that manifests as a sort of frantic and manic sort of attachment to the person that they're with, and not necessarily that there's anything wrong with them, but it is stem from some other issues that they need to work on. Some people, when they're in a relationship, they go through what's called an avoidant attachment style, where they don't want to confront their feelings in relationships, so they push the person away, that sort of thing. But it's not that they're not interested, but somehow they've been socialized to feel like this is how they can cope with the emotions that they're facing. So it also takes some deeper looking at. It's not simply on the female's point. If it is that she's pushing away, that could be her attachment style. It also could be an indication that she's not interested. But then also, if it is that 24/7 you're thinking about this person, then you also need to ask yourself why, because that seems unhealthy. You definitely should have a few other things in your day that you're thinking of besides
Right.
single person.
I agree.
I disagree.
Man's skin?
I disagree.
Oh, Rohan, you cannot live in your man's skin.
Full of like karoti. You cannot tell someone how to, or dictate how someone should draw their attention to someone else. I don't think you can delegate like, hey, if you're obsessed with someone, or if you're head over heels for someone, I want to give them all the time of your day. I don't think we as someone on the outside can say that is wrong, or you should analyze or think like, why do I have to do so much? Like, it could be healthy, it might not be healthy, but we are not in a place to say, hey, this is unhealthy. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But if it promotes a functioning relationship, and that's how he's living like a happy lifestyle, I do not see why he cannot find someone who entertains his obsession and go from there. Like, if it now takes away from his day and it kind of like causes any negative side effects to his lifestyle or his relationship, then cool, let's work on that obsession and tone it back a bit. But him acknowledging his obsession doesn't necessarily mean that it's a negative thing, you know?
I mean, I think maybe it's the word obsession that threw me off, because
Maybe.
there are lots of other
Probably.
words
Yeah.
that they could have
Yeah.
used, but they chose to use the word obsession.
It's
And I
probably a
totally
word that he's been told before.
that is a bit of a flag
The
for me.
obsession,
flag.
the word is
It does come
relative.
across as a flag, but
I think it's definitely a social media thing though, because like the trendy word to use when you're like talking about a relationship is that if my man or if my woman isn't obsessed with me, then I don't want it. Like that's so I feel like that's possibly where he's
Mhm, mhm.
coming from.
Or I was thinking he might have heard it before. He might have heard that he was too obsessed. Like, you're obsessed with me. Like, what the hell? So
But all stale have their cheeks, all jokes have their
that's
cheeks.
true. I
Yeah.
find. And if you
But
find
let's
somebody,
find somebody that like what you have and get them.
exactly. But if they don't like the amount of attention you're giving them, like Esau said, king.
Not
Pull
fair.
back.
right out,
Yeah.
right out.
As
All
we
right.
fall back, but not on a trampoline.
Not on a trampoline. Don't fall back on a trampoline. Magazine. All right.
Something like a tambourine.
Mhm.
Next question. It says, I just let pass this, skip it. Okay.
Wait, what was the question? What's the question?
What's the question?
I'm not going to. If we want to cut it, we might cut it. If not, if we feel a little ballsy. But the question is, and I'm going to say it exactly as it's typed.
Okay.
Ladies, why you little toxic bitches always feel you got the best pussy? Ma'am, go sit in the corner, please.
But this is the best for who I taken.
Do y'all have an answer or
I
not?
mean, we could answer it.
I mean,
She did start by saying we could cut it.
The girls do think they have the best pussy. Maybe they do.
we absolutely do.
Maybe
What
that's
do
the
you mean?
feedback. Maybe that's the feedback they've been getting.
Yeah, I mean,
Why
if
would
they're
I say
get-
I have mediocre? Why would I
That's
ever even put that
true.
in my mind that I have mediocre?
I mean, if they get the good reviews, I mean, do dudes just say that just to be nice? I mean,
If it was lying, then hard luck.
Get
the
That's
good
how I take it.
reviews.
yeah,
Like,
man.
yo.
Like, if you-
For reasoning. For reasoning.
Yup.
For
Like,
Four
fellas,
and a half
if you win,
stars.
if you win the box, what are you gonna say? You're gonna say, "Oh, yeah, this is the best pussy." Yeah. Mhm.
So does
Yeah.
that
You're
like,
gonna lie?
does it deem
Yes.
like that? Can you call it a unboxing then?
And
like that.
unboxing. Oh,
I like that. I'm gonna write that down for a little title.
Taking a drink to that.
yeah, that's
Yes, sir. I feel
That
like
is
yeah,
good.
drink for that one.
Yeah, you win, Ina. You win.
Ah,
that
Thank
is
you.
good.
That is
that
as
is
good
good.
as I will get for the night.
All right.
I mean,
So
I just
I'll-
feel like people should just be very proud of what they have, regardless of what other people
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Be
Yeah.
confident
You
in
must
your
also be
talent.
Yeah.
You must
Okay,
also
hold on a sec.
thanks.
Is
Ro.
this a guy who was turned down or turned away, or because I mean, it just sounds a little salty to me. So
It does. It's giving salt. It is. It is
Not a
giving
little.
sodium.
It's
no,
There's
a lot of
a little
it's-
MSG, you know, a little bit.
a lot of.
I can't speak to the person's romantic history, so
Yeah,
I
same.
mean, they mostly sound angry. So
Oh, me out. I ain't talking about this one.
can't really say the next one. I'll go the next one too. Woo. Ladies, mixed signal should not be a red flag. It's a blunt no.
mm,
I think that's
Hmm.
fair.
I think that's
Honestly.
fair.
Mixed
No.
signals, like then there's someone
What's a mixed signal?
Who this question come from?
stop.
It's a guy, same guy.
Is a guy?
Yeah.
Same guy. Okay. What's your definition of a mixed signal?
Hmm.
You want me to ask a guy?
No. What is your
I-
definition of a
I
mixed
feel
signal?
like
Please phone a friend.
I think framed in the right context, we could give an answer, because if you're in the relationship, you have to know what a mixed signal mean. A mixed signal could mean that you're still figuring out if both of you like each other. And it could be that maybe, you know, in some situations it works. Maybe, for example, you're dating somebody and you find that in a group setting, they kind of upset you, but then you find one-on-one, you enjoy their company. It might just be that you're figuring things out, but I think it really just depends on the context. So you have to know for yourself what a mixed signal means.
I think a
Yeah.
Me, when I hear
general
the word,
like
when I hear the word mixed signal, I think situationship, not relationship.
yeah.
Correct.
Easy as that.
Exactly.
You know?
Absolutely.
If you get mixed signals and whatnot, somebody not fully inside or committed, and you know, then you had to figure that out. Situationship.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I feel like we spend
Yeah.
so much of our
Separate.
time trying to convince ourselves that it's not, whether it's male or female. Like for me, a good example of a mixed signal is like you bring me around your family. Bringing someone around their family for me is a big deal. Like I don't bring anybody home, anybody, not
That's
even
a
as a
fact.
friend. You know what I'm, or even introduce them as a friend. So to bring someone around family and then, you know, all of a sudden be dismissive of that person, maybe a couple of days later, or like texting or whatever is not going as consistent. That is what I would like. Those are the kind of things I consider mixed signal. Like you're trying to act like you're in a relationship, and then 2 days later, you're like, who the fuck are you, basically? So, but as I said, I think we spend so much time trying to convince ourselves of that, of like, oh, it was so nice, or he or she, like, you know, brought us home. Maybe he's just like really busy right now, these next few days, because, you know, or she, even as I said, it's both sides that do that. So just my thoughts.
Yeah, you really got to analyze what the mixed signal is, and if you're in like a more committed relationship, if there is a mixed signal, then there may be some issue on that partner that partner is not being upfront about. If it's a situationship, it's definitely, I feel like, okay, we're testing the waters, or they just got a lot of irons in the fire and they don't know, you know, which one to,
That's valid. That's valid.
that's about it.
Taken. Point taken.
what are you pointing at?
I have
Yeah, what do
no idea.
Okay.
Feels like the Brady Bunch up in here.
Okay, let me get the next one. All right, so ladies, if the dick lives more than 10 minutes away, do you really sit there waiting on the home text? Yes.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
No?
no.
No, a lot could happen in 10 minutes.
Girl, if something's gonna happen, I feel like I would find out. If some disaster happened, I feel like eventually you'll find out. Okay, I used to be like that, not wait, but naturally it comes out of me to be like, hey, text me when you get home. And I actually say that to all my friends, even right now in our family group chat. We did it when we were in Grenada, when we used to fight, fight what? Go to fets, well, fets late at night and stuff. But like
Mhm.
more than 10 minutes, no, because I also know the man's not going to text either. So depending on the situation that you're in.
I can say nothing.
I
because I
text.
don't
Do you
remember.
text, Logs?
I
If you
don't
were,
remember.
I
if
don't
you
ever
all were
remember.
just, if it was a situation,
If you
would you
tell
text?
me, yo, message me when you get home. All right, bet.
I don't know.
I do that.
I don't wait. I go to bed. I shower and go to bed.
I mean, yeah, like I'm not sitting there like
Yeah, I'm not like with my phone in my hand, but
So hold on.
I'm
I-
waiting for you.
I drop you off home. You tell me, message me when you get home. I message you when I get home, and no response.
no, you'll get
Okay,
a
sorry,
response,
sorry,
but I'm
Lux.
saying,
I want to know.
Sorry, I was thinking of another situation where like someone like he came over to your house, you all did your thing again. You are not in a relationship. You've decided that this is just,
All right.
all
Right.
whatever.
I'm not
I'm not
asking
waiting
unless
for
I
that.
care, done.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not
unless
asking.
I care.
But
But to
see
answer
the
Lord's
opposite.
specific
Sorry.
question, you might say a reach home and I probably still won't answer to because I'll probably be sleeping already.
That's
Yeah, that's Ayana for sure. No, because I think that leads to what then, like people getting mad. Like I've heard so many people get mad about like they just go off on the person the next day, like, yo, you didn't text me. This is not like, why didn't you text me? Or did you? It leads to, for one particular friend I have, where it led it to an insecurity that she thought the man was doing something else. So
Red flag.
I
yeah,
can see that.
but that's a whole
Dun, dun,
spiral we can go
dun,
down.
dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun,
Well, for me,
dun,
like,
dun,
it's my
dun, dun, dun.
anxiety that would have me like a little bit like just last week. Yeah, so like Thursday, my phone was going off all morning long. So I was up from like maybe 6, and then I saw a missed call from a friend of mine at like 4 a.m. And because I am who I am, I went into like instant panic mode because I'm like, I wasn't out. So like for you to call me at 4 a.m., I'm now panicked. But this person's like happily sleeping. Them and they're like happily sleeping, and they had just called me to like get food or something. And I'm like, y'all had me up at like 6 a.m. I did
Think
not
it's an
know
accident or
the rest of the
something.
day, thinking that like y'all are dead. I'm like, oh my God, they called me because it probably was like close to the house. I'm like losing my mind. I'm just like, I gotta watch TV because I'm gonna lose my shit. Because I'm like
Yeah.
anxious about that. So like I think for a lot of people it might be anxiety. It could be insecurity. Because I mean some girls be figuring out how much time does it take for him to get to his house from my house.
Yeah.
Minus a stoplight, stop for food.
Well,
Wow.
I guess
Oh my
it also
god.
applies to a situation where you don't have the iPhone tracking it.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Right?
Like
If
I
you're
have
waiting
been
for the
in
home
that si-
text, you don't have the tracker on. So, and
You
you
know
don't have
what?
some trackers out there.
I should have checked the tracker that particular day.
You're on that?
I mean, has anybody ever had that conversation like, why did you take so long to get home?
I
Like,
think
Your
I've-
home, your house is
I've had
this.
it. Well, not
Well,
this.
I was
I
outside
thought
doing some
had it.
stuff.
I sort of had the conversation, but my stance on something like this is your anxieties and your insecurities are nobody's responsibilities but yours. So you really have to,
Mm.
not just in a relationship and a friendship, you kind of have to check on yourself. And
Mm.
you can't, again, might can work for everybody, right? But
Fair.
I just, for me, you really have to kind of check on yourself, and you can't, if you feel, because sometimes in the moment you kind of feel yourself spiraling up. It's really up to you, and it might not just be in a relationship, it might be anxiety in general. It just managing yourself. And also, if it is that you have a question or concern, you should be in a position to ask the person straight up, like, I was a little bit concerned. This is how I'm feeling, and it shouldn't be a thing. You should be able to express that. You shouldn't be fanning a fire that you're not sure exists. You should be able to say, this is how I'm feeling in this moment. Give me some reassurance. If you can't have that conversation, you can't be honest, then that's not somebody that you need to be.
That you need to be with. Absolutely.
Exactly. If they're not gonna be mindful of your feelings, but it's still on you to express yourself, one, but also manage yourself too.
Yeah, but they're supposed, like, you would hope that the person that you're having this conversation with takes your feelings into consideration, because anybody with anxiety would clearly say that they have anxiety about certain things, and they would most likely, hopefully, be upfront about that. So you, as the other person, has to kind of take that into consideration to be like, I'm sorry, I didn't reach out to you. I'm okay. I think nothing. It's all fine. Don't worry about it. I think it's a respect thing, and it's a communication thing. And you
And it's also how your feelings are expressed. Like if you are expressing it in a very
Accusational
a
way.
very like a very aggressive kind of way, the other person's not going to take that well. They're going to feel attacked. They're going to feel, and then you have a bigger problem on your hands. So if you do feel that way and you are expressing it in a better way, and you're not getting, and that's the test. What does that person say once you reveal your feelings to them? If they are, willing to listen, maybe this relationship can have legs. If not, then you're gonna have to trade up. It's just a clear cut.
He said trade out.
You can also find ways to like
Out and
make
up.
your thing known, because like I'm not gonna ask you to message me when you reach home unless I genuinely care, right? And if I don't hear from you, I'll do like I do with Jans the next morning and be like, "Are you dead?" And I've done it before,
Yeah.
and then the person realized like, oh, like she really wanted me to let her know
Yeah.
that I'm home. And so after that, like, if I leave in a place, you don't have to be coming with me. I care. So I'm saying, message me when you're
Yeah.
home. It could be 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't care. I'm not saying that you have to go home. I'm just like, let me know when you reach your yard, and hey, home safe, reach yard, ting ting. And that's it. No further talking. But find ways to like, if you have anxiety about having the conversation too, you try to find ways around that. Like say, well, I'm home, or something like that, just to let them know.
Passive aggressiveness.
I mean, if it works, it works. But I say mine didn't.
But also, you
But-
may not just be insecure. You could be getting one.
Wow.
Factual facts, eh?
Wow.
It happened to
A
me.
dog is a dog.
Wow.
Like the man was straight up on me. I just thought he just used to pass out when he drunk.
Wow.
Oh,
He was not a young.
Danger.
His
Come
man would
down,
message
come
you in the
down.
morning and say, baby, I was asleep. I'm home.
He didn't even say home after he came out from the other home.
Somebody could have got a wrong text. Wasn't me.
oh.
Wrong thing.
All
Next
right.
question, boy.
Next
Hey,
question.
all right.
I like that one. That was a nice one.
It was a nice one, yeah.
Guys. All
What's
right,
the next
ready?
question?
All right, so there's this one now. After a dick appointment, if nobody takes a nap, was the ash trash?
No.
First of all,
It
all I need
could be
is
7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no.
no.
It'll be a little
I got
quick
shit-
before
I
the
got shit
meeting
to
start.
do.
Yeah.
Might get hungry after, Food had a pass.
Right. Yeah.
or you
For
might
me-
just
for
have
me,
to
it might have been
leave.
trash. For me, because
There's also different types of fucking. There's the energizing fuck that you do it and you feel like you could conquer the world, and then there's the
Quick.
I am wasted. I need to sleep for the next 3 hours. Fuck. So you had to
Right.
Yeah,
respect
I don't agree
Yeah.
with that one.
what took
But
place.
once I come, I sleep.
Uh-huh.
Man down. That's how I
man
found
down.
Just
I'm not
Wait,
going to
hold
ask
on.
that question.
Hold on. By mouth or
no.
Hey, yo.
It doesn't matter.
But
That was the
what
person to
y'all
tell
say?
come down from there.
Come down from there? That.
Yes. Here's a ladder,
Danger.
sir.
Come down.
Next question.
Jump down.
Next question says, why do men think it's impossible for a woman to have sex without catching feelings?
I love this
Go ahead,
question.
fellas.
Please.
I don't
take
believe
the
that.
floor.
I won't say we don't.
I
At least
I
we
don't
don't. Do we,
believe
fellow
that.
gentlemen? No.
I don't believe
Yeah.
that at all.
I don't
Yeah,
believe
no,
that at all.
I don't believe
I
that.
don't-
You
But
see
I
the
mean,
reference to these men, eh?
It have different levels, yeah, different levels of gentlemen, different levels of introspection.
I
and
feel
introspection
like
and understanding women
because
out
they
there.
are friends.
There
Yeah.
are some girls who, once they get the the biscuit, they get a little attached.
They want the gravy too.
They want the extra sauce, but I have met a few females that are the quite opposite. So I cannot
Watch yourself's face.
distinctly say that, it's definitely yeah. It's no. So no.
Does that
I hear that.
definitely-
If
that's
you
easy.
if you suck a decent mango, a really sweet mango from a tree, and you always go back to that tree.
I was gonna
Right.
say, thank you for saying
Yeah.
that.
If you get a sweet mango, juicy running down your face.
Run
That's
all on
dumb.
your arm.
All on your hand, all your elbows and things you put on your
That,
palm.
that mango tree, I have go back by.
If you go back to that mango tree again,
Damn
Yeah.
Skippy.
you might even go and teach mango and it's not even your yard. All right.
Like I want this to be like a separate edit in the background. You have to have Jolene playing. Jolene had to be playing. Oh yeah, mango sweet. No, like seriously. That's a separate and apart edit that has to go on the internet because that was amazing.
Esau, that was great.
Good job, my
Well,
friend.
Well done, sir.
It's
Well
an
done.
analogy. Even I would like to go to the tree now.
Whoa, hey.
You have a mango tree in your yard?
Or are you the mango?
I am a mango tree.
She's not the tree.
Hey, you are the
Stand tall, my
tree.
friend.
I stand as tall as I am, but yes, I'm very tall for my
You're
height.
very tall for your height, Giselle.
Very tall for my height.
Ayana, what you was going to say?
I forget, yes.
Sorry.
That was really good, Esau. I can't even remember what I was gonna say. As a woman with feelings,
Huh?
as speaking for the women in here that have feelings, I would say, just like what we were saying before, it really depends on the person because all of us inside here know that there's certain people that the world would never know. The world would never know. However, certain situations inspire certain feelings, and that has to be acknowledged. Although you had to manage yourself. So if it has space for feelings, then find a box.
And unbox it.
Yep.
Box.
Have the carrot in a tote bag.
Yeah. No, I mean carry it on a tote and leave because that don't make sense.
It's all right.
If there isn't space for feelings, then what are we doing? And if we're doing it consistently, then why?
Because at night,
Good.
the mango sweet, but you don't necessarily want a mango in your yard. You understand? Because the tree, the leaves has dropped. You gotta clean it up. Like all the things to
And the maintenance is what we can.
The maintenance is what we go
Yeah, it's a
on.
lot.
Okay,
okay.
Some of the mango just fall down on the ground and mess
So
up the place.
basically,
and
we
thing,
want
yeah.
mango, but we cannot afford it.
Well,
We're
Oh.
emotionally cheap.
Wow, emotionally cheap.
not an emotional cheap man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I know many of those.
Next question.
No, you're
Oh, but just like,
Susan, next question, please.
so like, apparently there are some women who can have sex without catching feelings, but if the mango sweet,
Yeah.
Then the
I know.
mango sweet.
we will
Yeah, that's-
continuously try to climb the tree.
Mhm.
But
Just
Hey,
the
you
tree
did
don't
it- you did
necessarily
it
like that
fine.
tree, that. The tree don't have to be a real nice tree. You could just want the tree.
You just do that, man.
It's not the truth. You know, you all want to like a
All right.
fruit.
Anyway,
Yeah.
next
And we can definitely do that.
yes. Next door question. Oh. Hey, it says, fellas,
Okay.
aside from physical attributes, what are the qualities you find irresistible?
Communication.
Ooh, sexy.
Did y'all say
Ooh,
the
both
same
of them
thing?
said the same time.
It did.
No,
What
I
was
said
it?
introspection.
Oh, introspection,
That's it.
communication, introspection.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so
Logs, what was your Sean?
Communication.
That's what I heard.
That is
and
like
critical thinking. Just give me some of that as well.
No,
Give-
yeah,
let me
agreed.
let us sit down and reason and talk and have this conversation, whatever it is, this deep conversation or shallow conversation, and explore
Yeah.
different realms back and forth, go back and forth.
And-
You're
disagree,
giving
and
me
all-
big
and all of
Rastaman
that to-
energy right now.
And all of that to me is
Self-analyze.
under communication.
under communication, right? Self-analyze,
me,
go back and
yeah.
forth, critique back and forth, and at the end of it
Mhm.
all, agree that we just learned something new and move on from
Yeah.
there. And be able to give me that
a sexy
that-
ping pong.
green flag.
Mm.
Let's go.
I think,
Green flags.
yeah,
All around.
self-awareness. I think,
Yeah.
like just someone who understands themselves, understand what they want, what turns them on, but also if they understand their flaws and can actually, I mean, everybody has flaws, but if you can identify it and then talk about it, maybe I could, reason and be like, okay, well, we can work around it. We can,
Yes. Once they
try
can
to-
communicate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But I mean, that also takes, admitting that you're wrong.
Admitting that
Most,
you're
most,
I
most
never
people
wrong.
can't admit that they're wrong.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I mean, I would if I was, but I'm not. So okay.
Exactly. That's exactly. But it goes both ways. That goes both ways.
Yeah.
I'm wrong all the time, by the way.
I mean,
Yes,
that
we
goes
know.
without saying.
You was
It
there?
Bravo.
kind of goes without saying.
Yeah. Once you get these.
You did
these.
well. Daryl?
Good job, my
Proud of
friend.
you.
I'm so proud of you.
Zadamus promise doing it.
He's learned so much. B, good job. Good job, B.
All the
What?
bullying has come to pass. You did it.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right, so let's go to the next one. Fellas, again,
Mm.
how should a woman approach you if she's intentional about liking you?
Before I say anything, that's my question. Answer specifically. Thanks.
But
Tell me how.
Giselle,
Step by step.
Should I write?
Hello, my name is so and so. How are you? And
Straight up.
talk,
she's be
and
straight up.
just chat. You understand? You
Has
have
a
no-
word in mind.
there's no right or wrong way to me. You understand?
It
Like,
really is. I mean, sometimes there could be a little over zealousness, but uh, just bring it down. For me, like if you're overzealous, it kind of turns me away. It's like, why are you so?
Obsessed.
What's the word I'm looking for? You're so.
that sounds like a personal problem, Logs. This person come up to you and happy to see you, and you can't, really excited and going and eager to talk to you, and then you can't.
Treatment is what they like.
Oh my lord.
I say direct. Be direct with it. If you're like really excited or whatnot, if you're shy, I don't care what it is. Just be direct with it. We can chat halfway. If it work out, it work out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Learn to communicate with you and go from there.
Yeah.
Just direct. Don't beat on the bush, don't send nobody to come and talk to you. That's the worst thing. Do not, I repeat, do not send nobody to go and call me. Log man.
Oh.
They do it in high school.
Log man.
I knew you were gonna cover that. I knew you were gonna cover that.
Alright,
I knew you were gonna cover
alright.
that. But I told them to do it themselves, but the shyness, and I think it's a cultureness that made them wanted the link.
This sound like an inside joke, and
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure it out. Hold on.
I'm not pleased. Or
You would not know who the person that we speak of is,
no, but
Of
give
course
us
they
a
will.
story.
but there was
Log man, get it
a
started.
there was a situation. We were on a cruise per se, and a certain female saw a friend here, or dark friend here, and said, "Ooh, I want to know who he is." So I was like, "Well, the best way to do that is to go ask him yourself."
Mhm.
And times like, yo, introduce yourself yet? You
This
introduce
together.
yourself
Good.
yet? You
Good
introduce
job,
yourself yet? And then no, I was just like, all right, cool. Well, I'll do something for you.
So log man, shit it up.
Well, I mean, she wasn't going to do anything anyway.
Yeah.
So I just tried to help the process.
Wasn't meant to be. Hmm.
And there's, you know, nothing came from it, right? But
Yeah.
in hindsight, like chit chat, boom, boom, have a little conversation. Right, go from there. But it's more impressive to me, and this is, I guess, a personal preference. Like, yo, come and shoot your shot straight.
Boom. Why
You
are
know?
girls so scared to shoot their shots though?
Because y'all are unresponsive and stupid. Sorry.
But women are unresponsive
Do you think that?
in DMs.
In
If we
DM?
slide if we slide in DMs or just in general to shoot
But
our
how do you do
shots,
it?
we get turned down.
How do you do it? So if I post a picture, right, and then you send the picture to me and you comment there, I immediately don't take you on because you have a girl, she can't see what you see. I don't like that.
And if you mean it, say it with your chest.
What?
Say it with your chest. If you mean
Hold
what
on.
you meant,
But it's a private conversation. Why do I have a private conversation in public?
So I must slide under your photo.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but if you have
This
to
is getting good.
Yeah, this one's
the
good. This
photo
one's
don't
good.
have to be the inside. You could have say what you're saying whole time.
you're gonna say what you're saying the whole time. So you can comment. You see, the problem is the men that do like this specific thing, men would see you post a picture, you look fly as fuck, you know, and
Okay.
they will send you your picture,
Yes,
Right?
I have done this.
yeah, right? And they would comment there. Now, half the time, those men absolutely have girlfriends or situations or are dealing with a friend of theirs and they can't really, you know, they can't say what they're saying out in public
Here's the
because they
thing.
kind of make a little.
That
But
is
it's a-
your learned.
But that's your
issue, right?
truth. That's your
Right?
truth.
So if a guy, no matter who he is, you don't know anything about him. If he send you a picture, right, your picture, and says, "Hey, boom, 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 amazing, love you, bam, 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 bam," compliments. How you react? You still not fucking with that?
I could probably do it, but like I prefer if you
Does
just
he
like
automatically
Don't-
fall under he as
I
a
feel like
woman?
it's really odd to send me my picture and then and comment on it like that.
So,
I feel like
so
just be like, hey, that last picture you posted is really beautiful. Like you look great, you know?
you reply to that?
Yeah. Don't tell me like it's weird. I feel like it's really weird.
No, I will not disagree that
Yeah,
men
yeah,
send
I mean,
stupid
different.
men do send stupid DMs to women,
Please.
like really trying to get their attention. But at the same time, a lot of men try their hardest to get your attention and nobody says anything. So
Yeah, I think-
why not?
I
But
answered.
fellas, shoot your shot same way, right? Fellas,
I
shoot your
find
shot. Don't let a man
females
say
gotta
that
shoot.
stupid or not. Shoot your shot. You might get better at it, you know. Hey, Curry, 3-point champion.
A lot
Shoot
of
enough shots in the-
females,
Come on.
exactly.
You know how much times
A
you
lot
miss
of
it?
females say that they're scared to shoot their shot because they don't want to be shot down or turned away. But we just get that our whole life,
All the time. From
Come on.
and we
Puberty days,
continue
for a long time.
to shoot shots.
Yeah.
Someone
it comes
told
with the
me that
nature of the
just
relationship,
other
right?
day. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I said someone brought that to my attention just the other day that, you know, man just be shooting their shot right through. Like
Straight through, like
right through.
Listen, I agree with the men on that. They'll be shooting their shot and they just get turned on all the time. That's not my issue with shooting my shot. Besides heavy anxiety, because if I have to shoot my shot at you, dear Jesus, know that I chose for a specific reason.
yes,
Mm.
I
But you
know.
see that when that ball circling the ring, this for doggy, and everybody just there watching.
Is it gonna go?
It happening? No.
That
is it going
That-
in? Did I miss?
that is my problem. That is my problem. Rejection, fine. I would deal with that. It would be a stroke to my ego, and that is cool and everything. You ain't like me, you ain't like me. We could still be cool if that's what you want. If you don't want to be cool, then that's cool too. But you see that,
It's the obliviousness of it all. Like
or the pretend obliviousness.
Bro.
or I don't even know what the fuck to call it, but whatever it is, I ain't like it, dog.
Yeah.
It's either in or it out. And it don't have to stay out. It could come in. It don't have to stay in. It could go back out. But let it go somewhere.
Yeah.
Let it go somewhere, Dan. What?
To go in and out.
Ayana, do you need a minute?
Yeah.
or two.
Like,
You need
man,
somebody to throw some water on it? Yeah?
Someone cool her off.
Nah, boy, but yeah, that's my
That's what I
opinion.
was saying.
I saw you, but I chose to ignore you.
It was hard.
And that's
That's
what she said.
that's what she said.
the hardest hard.
Good job, guys.
The hardest.
Oh God.
All
So
right,
we
Terry,
have been
next
friends
question.
for a very long time, guys. So if you hear us start to laugh at this stupidest thing, don't worry yourself.
In some time.
The next one that I see here, one says, I'll do two at the same time because that's funny. One is who hurt you?
Wait.
It's from a guy. And then the other one is why all this horn?
I know.
Wait,
I
wait.
don't know that question. I mean, I kind of know the answer, but I mean, go through.
So
I don't want to know who hurt you. I just want you to know that you're hurt and so that you can do what you need to do to heal yourself. That's it. It doesn't matter who did. But if you can recognize that you're hurt and you've handled that, then it's cool. Who it is?
Don't care.
Yes.
yeah, but hurt could be a beautiful thing too, eh? Hurt is a catalyzing process.
That's
You
true.
know, like you can hurt and then you can be hurt, and that could shift the energy within you and bring out a different person. Maybe make you ready for something else,
And it's always an ongoing process. It's never oh, I'm better, I'm good, I'm all, it's always, you always have to learn about yourself, learn what certain things may trigger you, and if they do trigger you, how do you react? I did ask that question. It was in jest, but the seriousness behind that is that you have to understand how that pain stays with you, how to deal with it, how to not transfer it to the next person that you're sort of dealing with.
right? Yeah, it does initiate a change.
Yeah.
Yeah, or it should initiate a change. That's a desirable outcome after being hurt,
It's supposed to at least.
Good or bad, it does, yeah.
I love hearing you talking, Dutchy.
Oh, okay.
I listening
But
to you and I'm
I'm
like,
speaking
yo,
to-
that's my friend and that's my friend husband, dog.
But
You
Jizzy,
did well. You did well.
Yeah,
But
true.
but you're right though, Jizzy. It's not about who hurt you. It's about how you deal with that hurt when you have it. Because if they hurt you, that's their fault. If you hurt somebody else or you react, that's your fault. You must always be on top of what you're doing. And as a person who has been hurt and who has hurt others, I have to call myself out on that and live with that. And sometimes me hurting other people can be more hurtful than the actual pain that I got. So
It's a vicious
you always
cycle.
it is a vicious cycle.
Agreed. And another thing we don't acknowledge is that realizing the hurt you've caused is another hurt, nasty hurt in the sense, right? When you realize that and you start to understand like, yo, I really hurt somebody and things bad, And you actually start to realize and internalize that and you think, wow, what have I done? Then it starts to like flip the script and again causes another bit of change. Just realizations on both ends.
I really love that. I like
Yeah.
that question turned out to be
Proud of
that.
the men that y'all are.
I am. I really am. Like for real, for real. And then the second question of why all this one.
Um,
This is a question to the guys. So,
Black men don't cheat.
Yeah, yeah.
I see.
Are you ready now?
I did a test.
Red man is
Are you
like.
ready now?
Red man is like. Cool.
Wow, Rohan. Wow.
Sorry.
So what's
that's
up?
and that's why you say, who hurt you?
On.
Red man.
So here, so G, people horn for different reasons.
I like what you
Okay.
did there. I like what you did.
Right?
You know, people do.
They
that.
may not be fulfilled in their relationship, and they're just not ready enough to get out of it, or it's a situation where the partner is supporting you financially, and you just can't leave that relationship as yet. But you have a little thing on the side.
Cheating is a rich man's sport, and if you can't afford to like get out of your relationship, then you cannot afford to have a next gal. What the
I never
hell?
say me.
What the hell is this?
I said
Bro.
people cheat.
You might have to get for reason.
Yeah.
Yo, broke people cheat same strength. So
It's sad because
Much.
it's a rich man's sport.
I feel it on that.
Some people like the adrenaline rush associated with cheating too. For some
Yeah.
people, it's
Yeah,
the
there's a thrill
high of,
behind it.
am I gonna get caught or not?
And I can't deal with that pressure.
There's a lot of pressure to like I can't cheat because I'm too anxious.
Yeah.
I can't cheat because I'm not stuff.
We know that. And we're so happy.
Because I will
Stuff.
call you and tell you about the next man.
Let me applaud Ayana. Because Ayana has
This
actually recognized and accepted
is a
the
good
fact that
trait.
she's not stealth.
this is a good
Because
trait.
she was trying to say that she was for a
Yeah.
very long time,
Yeah.
but she's not.
We give thanks for the change, the catalyst that came through and helped you.
I feel like if I'm with you, I'm with you. And that's like for a long haul then. So I usually just content. So it's out of the wheelhouse for my usual demeanor anyway. But I feel like there are reasons why people do it, and whether valid to them or not, the thing is the other person don't feel good about it.
Feel like,
Regardless of your reasons or not.
mm,
The
I
other
feel like
person
when it comes down to it, there's a level where there's like 100, not 100% commitment. There's a level of commitment where certain things happen in each relationship, and below that level, you are more susceptible to cheating, and above that level, you are less likely to cheat or whatever. Like this, I don't want to call it 100% commitment to relationship. Maybe like a 95 or something. I don't know, but there's a point in time where you say like, "Cool, I'm fully engaged into this.
Mm.
I ain't going down." And there's a point below that where like, you know. All right, I'll leave that at that.
No,
I think it comes
Another
down
reason
to
why-
that to summarize it all. Whatever reasons you may cheat for, whether it's a drill or whatever, I think it comes to that threshold.
I've been on two sides of the cheating spectrum, and all those times, whether I was cheated on or perhaps aided in cheating, those people were definitely doing it for sport. Like it was just something that they could do, so they did. And I don't think there is a background story. I think if some of the people try to give a background story, they'll be full of shit.
Yeah,
Like,
it's making
It's
it
only
up.
because you had the extra hours in the day to do it. So
Because come on, it was glorified growing up on thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It really was glorified
Yeah.
growing up,
Yeah.
and
yes.
we thought about it in a certain way. It's like, all right, cool. We knew it was bad. It was glorified and spoken about so much that it's something that we can't get away from. I'm not putting any rhyme or reason to why certain people do anything, but if it's so prevalent at so many different points in life growing up,
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
susceptible to it. Let's put it that way.
And it
Yeah.
kind of became culture for
Yeah. Well, we try to put it in our culture,
Yeah.
and that's how people are like, well, yeah, that's what I'm doing because I'm doing it.
And it's also a horn only if you take it on.
Mm.
And
deep within, it's stitched within our DNA at this point.
Yeah.
Guys.
yes, Esau.
So,
I cheating annoys me, and situationships annoy me, specifically because I think we're meant to live, right? So for me, My purpose here is to experience as many lifetimes as I can in this lifetime. Now, I want to try and taste and enjoy as much as I can. So cheating doesn't make sense to me. Let's do this. If we're doing it, I given you 100, I expect you to give me 100. Let's figure out if it makes sense or it don't make sense, and not waste each other time, because that's not what we're here for. Life is too short and fickle. If we're doing it, let's do it. And if it has to end, let it end knowing that, yo, it was a great ride or a terrible ride, you know, whichever. I haven't regretted any of my relationships, and I would do them all again. You give it 100%, and if it don't work, it don't work. But the kind of in and out, kind of that, and that's just me. That annoys me, because I want to do it. And if it has to end, I want to have enough time to make peace with it and to open myself up to love again, because that's the point for me.
Mhm.
Here's the thing. I don't think a lot of people were taught what 100% is and what it looks like. I definitely wasn't, right? I didn't know what 100%. I learned these things over years, right? Of fucking up and being fucked up and blah, blah, blah. But I don't think we know what 100% looks like. So it's very difficult to say, all right, I'm in this full tilt and it's 100%, where you may think, all right, this is the norm and this is what I should be doing. And it really isn't full commitment in the grand scheme of things. So I acknowledge what you're saying. I understand that, yeah, you want to give everything, but is your partner capable of giving that 100% that you see it as 100%? That's the next thing. That's something to play with.
And that's where the communication comes in.
Yeah. I think also part of that stems,
Walk away or not.
I think all of it stems back to what we were saying initially with having those monthly or however often frequent conversations, because
Yeah.
they could be in it for months or weeks and feel like it's not there, but you can also, grow in a different direction. And being able to communicate and say, well, this is that and that is important. But then there's also what Esau was saying, because a relationship could fulfill you up to 2003, and then 2004 you experience something different and it doesn't fulfill you in that way anymore. So it's not that level now, like you were saying, So then more success, that word.
Acceptable. Yep.
Yeah.
So the cheating in that light and all of that is a thing, but he don't nice.
You
He don't nice. He don't nice. He don't nice. He don't nice.
And also, like, I think getting into, like, let's say you're getting into a long-term sort of relationship. I think there's a lot you have to know about yourself and be able to deal with, because when you're in a relationship, it's not always going to be, oh, the honeymoon period, oh, it's hot and me and my girl doing. We're going to be showing a side of ourselves that may not, gel. It may not, and you have to be able to deal with that. Like if you have like a really bad fight, you can't just be like, oh, fuck this, and then, roll around town. So it's definitely a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Around town.
Rolling.
What is it is?
Now giving dad joke.
You know what I mean. But yeah, you just have to know exactly what you want out of the relationship that you're in, and if you can't deal with that, don't do it. Don't be in a relationship. Don't get married. Don't have kids, because you're not going to be good at any of that.
But sometimes you enter the relationship not thinking that she's going to go. You see, girls enter a relationship thinking that, all right, this is long term. Sometimes guys enter a relationship and be like, I'm getting with this girl, but I'm seeing where it's going.
Fair, yeah.
And then over time,
Happens on both sides.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. But over time, like you realize, okay, you know what? I think I could settle down with this one. This one seems like she's, my person, kind of thing. Yeah. So like it's just different aspects that it's not just necessarily, all right, yeah, I'm going in this with I want to be in a long-term relationship. It's sometimes it's like, all right, I like her a lot, and I think we have a kind of future. I don't know where it's gonna go, but at this moment, I see this lasting at least a year, maybe. So let's see where, like let's see how
No,
it goes,
yeah.
and then it progresses into more than just a year. It's 2
But that
years.
doesn't really change anything though, because even if you're thinking short term and she's thinking long term, in this present moment, you're both doing the same thing, which is dating. So you still need to give each other mutual respect in the situation and honor whatever-
Expectations.
And no, not expectations. Honor the terms of the arrangement that you're in. So if it is that
Mm.
you have agreed to be exclusive, then regardless of if I'm thinking this is ending next week or next month, up until it ends, then if it is that exclusive is what we say, then exclusive is what we say.
Okay.
So putting a time on it doesn't make certain things okay. If it is that we doing something, then we doing something. And it's
That's
just
right. Mhm. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I want somebody to explain me, just to down it down a little. Why is it that as soon as a guy or girl gets into a relationship, people come out of the woodworks?
Yeah, we don't need this. Answer that.
Wait, repeat.
All right, so all right, so let's say you're single, right? Single at the moment. DMs dry, phone dry. You look outside, dry, nothing in sights. 3 to 6 months later, all of a sudden you're in a relationship and DMs blowing up. Like nobody knows in your relationship. DMs blowing
Oh,
up
yeah.
outside is.
Is
That's the human
Let me tell you
thing.
something.
People
You want-
want
No,
what
listen.
other people have.
But
And
listen,
It
it's
is
not,
the
it's not just
no, no,
about
it-
that.
Or
Most
what
people
other
don't
people
even know
want.
you're not in a relationship.
it
It's
is the
just in
relationship
general.
glow.
Is
As
the
you begin a relationship,
You look
yeah,
better.
you're happy, go lucky. You start to smile and think, oh God, you
You
start
feel
to look
positive,
fresh
confident,
outside, yeah.
pep
You're
in your
picking out
step.
the dress, boom, bang, bang. You have that extra swag there. Earrings shining, glisten.
Hair blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
And
Then
somebody
there's
else
People
knows.
just want to know what you're on. They just want to know what
what
you're
kind of
on.
confidence that man coming with it? What kind of confidence that man coming with it? You're falling.
Yeah, I know there are fellas who will be like, I just want to know what you're on.
And this is like, this is a test basically to most people. It would be like, okay, do I really want to be in this relationship still? Or like, look at this one, she looks good. Or
Well, then you
for a
can
girl,
go.
for a girl,
Ah, boy.
he looks good. You know what I mean?
Papa, you can go.
It's like
ahead
a-
now.
it becomes like a
Then
test.
you need to work on yourself to have that everlasting glow so that you had to make the right choice to begin with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because if you're waiting on one to fall in on the next, yeah, you can't be doing that.
Then
Yeah.
you have a problem. And just go out my life now. Because if you're gonna make me tie up my head in
She's like, let's go to my life now.
Just go now. Go
Well,
now,
just go.
Marlon. Let me break my heart now. Because if you break my heart while I'm pregnant or while I'm very much in love with you,
Boy,
And leave Rohan alone, fellas.
Hey,
Leave Rohan
listen,
alone. She ain't about that
don't
shit.
play
I'm s-
with Roro.
I'm so about clarity and like I just want to know where we're going. What we doing here? What we doing
Yeah.
here? That's it. And I don't know why men come and bother me. Like just imagine.
bro, we might not know that off rip, you know. We might not know that off rip.
I guess.
I know you might take that for you to, understand and fall in, but
I'm very clear about being clear.
Mm.
Like I would tell you upfront, I really like clarity. Like I'm into you.
yeah.
With like, what are we doing here? Like I thought we were vibing. Like what's going on?
Hey, I don't know what's going on, but I mean, for the time being, right? Going forth, me and you, full-fledged, 100%. Right?
Mm.
I don't know where you'll end up. Is that good enough for you? Is
That's
that
clarity.
okay?
Yeah.
Cool. I
That's
just wanted to
fine.
understand.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
the
You see,
level.
the types of answers I get is, yeah, you're cool. Or yeah.
Fellas, use your words, eh?
Y'all need to stop that.
I'm like, shoot me
Use
now.
your words, eh? Be able to
Yeah, you're cool. We cool. Yeah.
be able to
What?
move
Express
in between the
yourself a
lines
little
and
bit
thing,
more.
you know?
Just
Yeah.
a little
It's
more.
a
Just
dangerous
a
thing
little
too,
more.
eh? You have some power, but
Yeah.
great power comes.
Great.
I don't want to do it.
Spidey.
Look at this.
All right, Uncle Ben.
I think we have one more question left.
I think there's two.
There's
Or
three.
three? Yeah,
Four.
three. Four? Why go with somebody out of your league only to change them because you're insecure?
Wow.
That's a question to the fellas.
I don't quite get it.
Out of your league in what way?
Yeah,
want
I don't get
somebody out of your
No.
league only to
Because out of my
change
league
them.
doesn't necessarily mean changing somebody, you know? When I think about, so the question presents itself is someone out of your league is someone that maybe financially, class, or emotionally, I don't know what the person is getting at.
I think they mean that if you go with a hot girl or a
Yeah.
hot man,
Yeah.
Why give her a jacket to put on? And you didn't see her in the backless dress the first time? Why
yeah,
are you
why you
putting a
wanted
jacket
to
on?
change how she dress or how she act now?
Oh yeah.
Because here's the thing.
Because she wasn't with me
acknowledged,
before.
right? She acknowledged I did where I am, and she is where she is.
Mm.
If she can't meet me halfway, right? I'm not saying that, you know, she
Just
have to stop everything she's doing and boom, 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 boom. It's a happy medium, as always. But somebody had to tone down and somebody had to tone up.
Here's my thing on this, because I think I've said this recent. No, if I am to be blessed with a man that is, you know, of my speed, right? And I dress
speed?
like that, no, like a good man, like someone who like really works, you know, for me, right?
Right.
I think I dress like a hot girl. I will dress as a bada bitch when I'm with you because I want to make you look good too. Together, we looking like a fucking bad bitch couple. That's it.
Right.
I'm dressing down
That's
because
fair.
now, like, I have you on my side, and we're gonna make each other look even better. And we out here shining with a relationship glow too. So that's
And
just
here's the thing, you have the mindset to find somebody. And I think a lot of people think, right, well, I found this person, I started dating and things are going good, but it's not unfolding. I guess early in the stage, it's not unfolding the way it should, or I would like it to, because she's not toning down or he's not toning down the levels. But to think of it all, like, you would want to meet somebody that matches your situation. So you knowing what you want, you wouldn't really settle or adapt to someone who would, I want to say settle, adapt to someone who would, you know, want you to tone down. You want somebody that flossy, you know, outside, step out, fresh, skin glistening, everything.
Yeah. I want your Lolo shorts to get shorter. You know, I want
Wait, boy.
I want the shirt on button a little more because you sexy, I sexy, we sexy. You know, we flexing. So that's my shit. You know, some people
Don't
want
put yourself. I would say don't put yourself in a situation where you're forced to tone down or you would have to tone down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gentlemen, if you're out and bad all the time, you know you like to go a boat ride every Sunday on a boat ride. Do not find that quiet girl who every Sunday she in church.
We could go
Unless
Sunday
he
for the
wants to go on boat ride alone and prefers a quiet girl. Because if that's what you want, that's what you want.
Exactly.
Yeah, if
Mine
you
is
want
not
to, but
for a relationship.
But is a girl gonna tell him to stop and say like you need to be
Right.
in church with me the other day?
Yeah.
Like
both
that's not
parties need to acknowledge.
that's not compatibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
It's a
sorry for the
it's a conversation.
Ayana.
One Sunday on the boat.
Yeah, it's a conversation. My last relationship. So when I was in school, I used to wear L short pants and L short skirt. Plenty.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I
I
still
remember
wear
that.
L short
I remember
pants.
Like, yeah.
Right?
They
Yes.
were like,
And,
that.
when I got with that particular ex, we were cool and everything. But he told me, he was like, if you're liming around me and the boys, I prefer. He didn't say it exactly like this, but I prefer you don't wear your shortest pants or your shortest skirt. Because I know my virgins. And you are now not just somebody that you could just hear somebody make comments about.
Mm.
Right? This is it. So I was like, I could still wear my short pants, but just not the shortest ones, right? And it's not like you throw it away because I know of guys who throw out their girl clothes and things like that. I was just more mindful, especially when I was out with them or where I was going, especially just because he expressed it to me. He it's not like he see me and was like change that or anything like that. He was thinking about it, and I was like, all right, cool. Cool. So that when his long pants was dragging and making holes underneath, because back in them times, so your jeans had to be under your slippers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but if we chilling, you could not wear the one that have the obvious heel marks on the bottom.
Oh,
And yeah, we had that understanding in those kind of lights, but it wasn't like a deal breaker. If I wear my short pants, if he'd just be like, "You outside today?" I'm like, yeah. It's giving vagrant today with you on your pants. No worries, cool. We could do it.
a nice
So-
compromise.
Yeah, it was a compromise because y'all know my personality. If you tell me not to do it, bet your ass I was coming outside in a panty.
Oh my god. It's all about time and place. Like you wouldn't go and meet somebody's parents or like go around their friends if they are even just their friends in like your leatherette bustier. You'll go in like a more like, you know, a looser.
I've seen it happen.
But it's
I'm-
also how that person make you feel, because sometimes a leatherette bustier might not be seen as inappropriate. But because I don't mind changing, or
Yeah.
I don't mind dulling down or changing, however we want to call it, for my partner. But if it is that when I kind of do a little auditing of my relationship, I realize that I'm cutting pieces out of myself in several different areas, and now I'm feeling less and less like my full self, and I feel kind of disconnected with Ayana, then something wrong. But I would say that we should expect that in a relationship, yes, you start to sort of refine
Of
yourself
course.
and redefine yourself, as a woman and as a person, and you start to get closer to who you think you're really meant to be. But if you find that you're moving away from who you're meant to be by being with that person, then you're changing a little too much.
I have a question for because it seems to be a common theme across our conversation so far. So before we go on to the next question, I have one question. I'm not sure what we're doing on time, how we going, but anyway, we chit chatting. For those in a relationship in the chat right now, have y'all actively been auditing your relationship or your engagements? Like maybe every month, every 2 months, like doing a check on like, hey, this is where we are, this is where we're gonna go. Or like, what does that look like actively in a relationship? If you all can answer that.
Yeah, sometimes I ask B, we still married, right? And then she's like,
Yeah.
This man.
Yeah, I'm like,
we I mean, I would say we do.
Yeah.
Things have been super busy on our side, especially even post marriage. My brother got married and so forth. So we really didn't, we really haven't had the time post marriage to even have time just to ourselves, right? Because we had family responsibilities and so forth. And it's very easy to not straying away from each other is not the correct word, right? But it's very easy to not think about each other, right? Because you're
Yeah.
thinking about responsibilities to your parents, the upcoming wedding. We were dealing with some of his immigration paperwork. So like all like transactional things that we had to think about. But I will say the way we check in with each other is, what is our plan for now when we get time to ourselves? What are we going to do? What are we going to focus on? Or for me, when I'm in a stressful situation, I definitely get snappy. So Daryl has made it a point to check in with me and be like, babe, I know that this is stressful, but I'm going to tell you how you're coming across, and not snappy with him. Like if I'll get snappy with like my mom and dad or like my brother, and then
Yeah.
he'll be, and it's funny because like in the moment too, it's not even like, post like reactions. In the moment, he'll like tap me on my shoulder and he's like, bring it down a notch, and
Yeah, got you.
and almost like put me, in check, and just be like, you're kind of being rude. You need to bring it down a notch, just tap me quietly, because he'll be like, you're being rude to mom a little bit, or you're doing this. I think it is a constant thing, because I also
Yeah.
think, pre-marriage, post-marriage, any type of relationship is just, it's always evolving, and it's always what you want in a relationship is also going to change, right? So right now, when we're trying to figure out like, where do we want to settle down, right? Originally was Toronto pre-pandemic, and now we're figuring out, California. So it is something that you have to, I think you have to do it during any relationship. I think it's an easy way to forget about each other if you don't.
And I think, well, I think we both are, we both do that, where we sort of like check the other person and be like, okay, this maybe you need to check this, or this doesn't work for me, and that kind of thing. And we both do it equally, but it's I think the test for me is, how do I take it and not retort in a very smart ass kind of way, or in a very vicious kind of way? Because I'm a Scorpio, and Scorpios say wild shit. Because sometimes I remember like relationships past and how I would deal with certain things. It's like when we hit a roadblock, I'm like, well, I'm out.
Mhm.
And you can't really do that when you're married. You have to like, this is why I changed that about me, because I knew that this is where I wanted this to go. I wanted to get married. I wanted to, not follow the same mistakes that people before me have done. So it's sort of like, it's a growing thing. It's don't know what more to say about it, but it is definitely a maturation, another step for me to take in this journey.
I dig it. I dig it.
Nice.
Just see though.
And I'm getting
Yeah,
really,
Yeah, Jen. Cheers to you, Ducky.
For real though.
Yeah. You're impressing us. You're showing off for the cameras and them.
For Red Man to impress us all in.
Yeah. Why do men rather seek validation through sex as opposed to actually dealing with their past trauma?
Because it's been glorified all the years we've been growing up. Simple.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And is that
And is that like oh man, Ayana still had the sign, and is that from the last time?
Where's my sign?
I don't know where my sign is.
wrote mine today.
Yeah, but that's a real good answer, and I've actually never thought of it like that, Esau.
No. No.
Mhm.
No, I've actually never thought of it like that. Just because my question is why, but I honestly never thought
Some
of
of
it.
the fellas have a different answer to
Yeah,
fellas pitching if you. But for me, that's why we feel validated in it. Do y'all think otherwise? Or do y'all agree?
Oh, you said it, and it was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
makes sense. It's like you never heard yourself say it, but hear somebody else say it. Like, that makes sense. And also dealing with your own past trauma is hard as it is.
Come on. So what do you engulf yourself in? One thing that's been glorified amongst you and your boys growing up, that proves or that certifies you as big down in the streets,
Man.
or makes you feel like you put off something proper. I mean, yes, you should be proud of what you do. Come on, you.
Hey.
I mean, right? But
Uh-huh.
it should not validate, Anyway,
Yeah.
you got to address the gist of it.
All right, I think
mean,
I like that answer.
and we've been sort of like, as a guy growing up in the Caribbean, you're drilled that into your head since your balls dropped, right? Like, why don't you take your dick out of that plastic wrap and fucking use it? That's what you
I mean,
get.
yeah.
With the same level
Yeah,
of
that is correct. That is correct. That is actually correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you don't forget, we have all the songs, all the boys on the block, all your brethren that don't do it already, who were pressured by their peers or people in the neighborhood that were already doing it.
You got previous generations saying, "Hey, you know
You know you had to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
put
you know
on,
where
you know.
you know who your uncle
Yeah.
is, you know who your grandparent's father is, you know who
Exactly.
this
If you
is.
don't do
Exactly.
so and so, you know what
Hey,
happened.
Yeah. Drilled into our heads, like since since we're kids. So I mean, of course we're gonna fucking come out fucked up. What did you expect?
And as
just a little bit.
straight men, do you find that there is a social pressure to really kind of exert a sexual dominance from an early age? Like do you specifically as a
Now,
straight man?
when you say sexual dominance,
I have a dick.
No, here's the thing. Hey, you.
Like I could
What?
get like a girl, I could get that, I could do this. Da, 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 da.
oh no,
You mean-
I've never gotten that. I've never done.
Yeah, so I think the idea of sex has been glorified on either side so much to the point where that men have to prove themselves and women are now judging men based on their
What?
performance or what the performance should be.
Yeah.
So even growing up, before you know what performance is and before you know what an experience is, you have this idea in your mind thinking, oh, this should be so and so and so, boom, 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 boom. You don't really know or understand your body, boom,
Yeah.
boom. And you're thinking, well, this didn't turn out how everyone said it should. Cool, write he down. Or he thinks, yo, I need to do so and so and so for me to be written up.
Yeah.
I think it comes on both sides that way.
And also, it sucks that this is the case, but girls talk to each other, and if you didn't do what you had to do, if you didn't get
Yeah.
the whole crew's gonna know.
And then
Us? We
everybody's
don't
going
talk.
to.
You don't
Every-
talk
What are you
about
talking about?
it.
Every
Things
time-
are private.
And
What are you
every time
talking
you
about?
hear, and every time you hear a girl giggling, you're wondering.
You know. No, you even
You
wonder.
know.
You know.
Is it my dick
You
you're
know.
dissecting?
You
If this is
pass
destruction
and
of
you
man,
hear a
it's destruction.
giggle.
Like, are they making fun of my hairy leg? Like, it's,
Oh.
Wow.
and then
I
the
actually
anxiety-
think that.
I think
I don't
y'all
know.
damn, that must not be what y'all think, because that doesn't happen.
The lies and
I'd
deceit.
like to defend it. Not
De-
all of them. Not all
defend.
women are
I'd
like
like to hear this. I'd like to hear
we're
this.
not necessarily
Defend
laughing.
Rohan, we deleted you in the group chat, you know.
Believe me, no. We're not necessarily laughing at you because, like, okay, there. Okay,
Oh,
let's be
well,
specific.
I'm pretty sure you're laughing at me.
No, it's not.
No, Rohan is right.
If you fuck up, I will laugh at you. But I'm not laughing at you because I'm laughing at you. Like, it's a giggle because some things are just funny in life. But
Wow.
Not laughing at you.
Wow.
That was the most toxic excuse
Wow.
I've
No,
heard.
no, 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 no.
I have.
We're not laughing at
Red,
y'all at
I wanna
all.
swag.
50% of the
I am
time
not
we're
laughing at you.
ourselves.
I'm
We're
laughing at
asking the
something that is
why.
funny in life.
We always asking the question, why? And then laughing at ourselves.
yeah,
It's true.
yeah.
It's true. And I can give real life examples because I do business. So like, all right, so we would go to a particular place, right? And all of us would be there. And a man that Giselle likes passes by. And for that particular man, Giselle's reaction is to do what she does. And they're not laughing at him. They're laughing at me. And laughing at the fact that he passing. And they're laughing at the fact that I
Swallow your tongue.
swallow myself.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
just swallow, just
She
Got you
does do
someplace.
that. She does do that.
Disappear.
Yeah, she does.
disappear.
that.
Yeah, that's why we're laughing. Actually, Logs, you have been one of the people
have.
who was giggling, giggly.
Not logs in the
With
group
me.
chat.
Love.
Giggling too.
Man, look, I could also give this story in a particular place again. And the man was coming in my direction. Pause. He was advancing in my direction.
That's better.
And I was doing what I used to do in the earlies, which is stupid. Don't judge me, judge somebody in your family. Turning and running away. I was turning to run away because I was startled and I just wanted to disappear. And what did Logs do? Stand in my way. He saw before I saw, and so he saw. No. Okay, yeah. He see before I saw, and so by the time I turn around to run, Logs there. Where you going, G?
Where you going? Where you going?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's
So
funny. I would've
them
laughed
two
at it. I
laughing
would've laughed
at me, and I am literally folding up on the inside. So we don't
Legit,
always
she
be
was.
laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't always be laughing at
Okay.
y'all. We be laughing because we know what the situation is. We've spoken about it. We know how you're feeling. We know
Fair.
in your big manness inside, you're going.
But don't forget,
Wait,
this is
one more time,
now.
I go.
I'm not doing that again, Issa.
She's not.
Okay,
Daryl could always do it in editing for you. Eh?
Now just loop that. Wait, loop it.
It's gonna be on repeat. You know?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I want
But
that.
I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be
Uh-huh.
fair. There's a lot of guys that have real big chats. Huh? They say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna put you on your back, girl.
A big
I'ma
chat
make
and
you-"
can defend that.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna be coming like the Niagara Falls, girl. And then when it comes through, it's like, oh,
Like Niagara
sorry, that
Falls.
never happened. That never happened before. Before.
Yeah.
Y'all
Okay,
could
so
laugh at that.
I would never, ever laugh at a man for not being able to perform at that juncture in our situation.
Because
It
shit
has
happens.
happened. It has happened, and men are like, they actually don't talk to me after because they think that I'm laughing at them. I'm really not.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
because I don't care. Like I
You're
get
laughing at
it.
me.
Things happen. I don't laugh at you, but if you fuck me up, I'll laugh at you. But that's not about.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
I have a story for off recording, but
Okay.
give you all this. I will give you all the story. I will give you all the story.
Sure,
Alright.
sure.
Okay. Whatever
But,
you say.
All right. Okay. So, I mean, we answered all the questions. And I
Oh.
didn't think it would have been like this,
Yeah.
but I liked that it was like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
really nice.
All the
It was
time.
really nice. I hope the guys answered your questions. I hope we answered your questions. And if you want more things answered, interact with us in our DMs and not the kind of way that Logs were talking about.
Don't send us a picture. Don't send us a
Sla-
picture and tell us.
Just slide in and say,
Send
hey,
a send an eggplant instead.
Some guys can do it, and you'll get through.
some men
Hey,
can,
yo.
some men can't. Ladies, don't
not
forget,
saying what kind
slide
of
into
man
shoot your shot. Shoot your shot, ladies.
I'm
Shoot your
trying to
shot.
shoot my shot, and I said that recently too. Like, I don't always want to have the bigger balls in the situation. Like, I'm sick and tired of it. Like, I don't want to always be the one to be like,
Shooting?
not necessarily shooting, but like ensuring that there's a basketball net, maybe.
Okay, Giselle.
I get it.
I think a definite no. If it's gonna be that, then just come out and be
Just
like,
say, yeah.
This ain't for me, and just
So nice.
roll
And
out.
that's the clarity. Just say yes or
Yeah.
no, and keep it pushing. I don't
Because
really-
life is long, but it's also short. So you real had to not waste people's time out here in these streets.
absolutely.
Facts.
Don't waste nobody's time.
Hey.
That's the moral of the story.
All right. So those are our questions, and we thank you for asking them. And of course, if you want to hear some more, just DM us and stuff. We're gonna wrap soon, but something I really
We actually do have another question,
Ooh,
and this one was actually a really big one.
bonus.
Yeah. We need to get through this one.
Honest
Okay.
rant. Let's get it.
All right, good. Back, guys.
Okay, come
All
on.
right, so this was a pretty big question. Why do men seem to have empathy and compassion for the woman they are only friends with? They want to see their friends happy and treated well, but don't seem to be able to show the same emotional intelligence with the woman that they themselves are intimate with. Ooh, and all y'all have girlfriends, y'all have like girl friends, y'all.
I can't answer that.
I
Yeah.
have
I do not know.
the stumble.
It could be a plethora of things. I could try to create something in my mind of what it could be, but I can't answer that. Not so particular with it.
I
you
do
know?
not. That sounds like a very particular situation, and I do not have more for my friend than my girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least me.
Whoever
I've
asked,
never been in it.
yeah, to whoever asked that question, yeah, I don't even know what advice to give. Oh God.
Not the men being
Damn.
stumped.
Yeah,
Maybe
no.
need Maybe need to trade up. Like it just seems
Trade
like
up.
yeah.
I
Straight
love
up.
that answer.
Tesla.
Yo.
All right. Now, but woo, the fact that none of y'all could answer, like that really, my heart was in my toe because all of y'all were just like, Dan, what?
Well, why is supposed to say that? I mean,
That song.
I mean, how long was this relationship going on? Maybe they're on autopilot. Maybe
Yeah, could be. Could be brand new.
uh,
They're so stumped.
I don't
maybe
know.
they're 100%.
Any of you speechless.
Emotional damage.
I mean,
don't
Yeah,
even
maybe
know.
the 100% are different. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he is a outside person and doesn't realize what he has inside. I really
I
can't
don't
tell.
know.
Yeah.
You're grasping at straws here.
I mean, coming from like Daryl was clearly friends with a lot of women, obviously Ro, Jans, Jizzy, you all, but I don't think, I mean, that's a sucky situation, first of all, but I don't think I've ever felt like, oh, he's treating Ro better, or because like y'all were in his life also before I entered it. And so it's weird, but I have maybe heard, other scenarios where they've happened. It's a sucky, it can definitely be a sucky place to be in. But I'm glad all the guys were stumped.
I am too.
Yeah.
But I also, and the question being unanswered is giving me absolute anxiety.
yeah.
Anxiety, so much
But
anxiety.
that sounds like a sub, right? That sounds like some sort of sub. So
Yeah.
whoever it is, check
Sorry.
in and brethren, you heard
Check
that,
your
right?
woman. Yeah.
Yeah,
Check your woman.
boy.
Yeah, if you know this could potentially be you,
Check your woman.
Organize.
Though.
Yeah, boy.
Check
Yeah,
on
I
your
would-
woman house.
I would say the
Shout outs.
the girl would have to like be upfront about that, and if he's not receiving it, just trade up, switch models.
Maybe he doesn't realize.
Maybe maybe he's that aloof. Maybe he just
Maybe
doesn't
he
see it.
doesn't realize.
So
Can't do
maybe
that to this man, boy. Mm-mm.
maybe his circle of friends, isn't really telling him the right things. I mean, that could also be the case too. It's who you're with,
or maybe he thinks I'm locked in and safe there, so I neglect it a little bit.
Mm.
It
too
could be a thing. I've
comfortable.
seen it before. We're on a couple of bridges and whatnot.
Comfortability?
He's too comfortable. Yeah.
So he feels
Anyway.
like he doesn't have to.
Comfort.
He doesn't have to work at
That
What did
hard.
you say?
it. Yeah,
He doesn't have to
It's
work
like-
that hard.
Comfortability.
it's like I got her. I mean, I don't have to take care of her or take care of myself. I could just let things go. Whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of
Maybe
like
that-
Hearing.
she there already,
You
so
don't even want that for your friend. Like you're looking at your girlfriends and you're like, yo, that man not treating you right, but you there treating the girl that is like in your yard as bad as that man treating your girl that you're telling him to stay away from. That's wow, that's some type of energy to
That's
have.
Self-reflection is difficult.
The hoe in me sees the hoe in you.
The hose not
And is that.
There's some hoes in this house.
Wait, I'm wondering, because I mean, certain people, like, they are more into what the outside people think of them, like the public. So you put on I don't know if it's like a show, or you're more intent with those types of people because you're trying to, put up a front, and then then the people that you're in your circle kind of gets neglected in a kind of way. I don't know.
You know, they have. I mean, they have some people that know how to give the best advice to people in certain situations, but then their own
Yeah.
situation, it's a
Oblivious.
complete mess.
Yeah, they're completely oblivious to
Giselle,
how to
and
make that work.
I approve that message.
A lot of us struggle with intimacy issues that we're not fully aware of as well.
Well, okay.
So we find that it's difficult to be vulnerable with the people that we're very, very close to. And in a man and woman situation.
Yeah.
Because we have certain things that we would never tell our friends that we've done in relationships, or I mean,
Oh, wow.
or maybe we would.
So
but
everything.
No, I mean, it's
you
true.
never- you never been in a situation where somebody tell you something and I know that if I call, a man might say, I know that if I tell she friends so she behave, they'll never believe, for example. Or a woman might say, he Brendan will never believe it, so he behaving, kind of thing. So sometimes we reserve certain versions of ourselves for certain people.
It is, you can't compartmentalize a lifestyle and a personality. So I agree with you, yeah.
That's interesting. I like the last question. Thanks for remembering it, because I would not remember it.
Yeah, it just, yeah. That's why.
It's a sticky. So, right, I think we're done with the questions. But before we wrap, what did you say?
Lift it up again.
The bottle
Or
logs.
logs.
Okay.
But
Is
pause.
that something from under the table?
Those who can't see, logs has a bottle of
Below the
bottle
cabinet.
of rum.
Below the cabinet? Below the cabinet.
Below the cabinet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop. Pause. For a
Yeah.
second. All right. B says she and Daryl have to go. So we
Okay.
didn't have to get through everything.
I think
No, we
kinda
could wrap.
did.
Yeah,
can
let's wrap.
Are y'all open
Yeah.
to like coming back for
I think we should do a part 2.
Mm.
Mm.
Yes.
We got a lot.
Mhm.
We got a lot more questions, right? How many more
Uh-huh.
questions do we got?
All the
Mhm.
questions are done, but we had
Get
2 other
into,
parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
like your
Was there
relationship
2 parts?
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
3
two-parter.
parts.
Two
We didn't
parts?
realize the questions would go this long.
Yeah,
It's a
we really did.
Yeah.
I
Which
think
is
we
great.
answered quite a bit and like
Yeah.
we did a lot. Yeah.
And
And
you always
we
The 2
sound
parts
good.
were.
So we go back.
Yeah. Let's go back.
Okay.
Okay, so we are finished with our questions, and based on the questions and the discussions that we have had, we have come to the end of today's episode. However, that doesn't mean this is the last you will see of these guys, because we really want them to come back. We had so much more like that we intended to touch on, but like we are good friends, and so the conversation is always flowing, and there's always little jokes to make on the inside. So we kind of went over our time, but they're gonna come back. Esau is gonna come back, right? Subcutting style. You're gonna come back. Thank you very much. Right, we're gonna come back and we're gonna touch on everything else, but I really do want to say thanks for coming on Blindsided, because I really think I sent the information today about
Yes.
exactly what we're going to do
Yes.
and stuff like that. And you see, the questions weren't so bad. Nobody attacked men. Again, for those who refuse to listen, we don't do that here.
Someone
Not
recently
these
I
men.
was
These
questionable.
guys are
talked
so
bad
great.
about men. I'm like, what? No. But we're like,
No, we
And
gonna
y'all have some twisted
And
takes.
I don't
I'm not
ever
gonna
say
lie.
bad things about men. I like man.
I
You
like
like
you too.
Oh no, you do. No, the latter half. The first half. It's
No,
subjective.
I like
No, it's facts. It's facts. Y'all have some takes on him. But it's your
It's
platform,
because of
do your
our
thing, and I love it. Yeah, express yourself.
It's our experiences, honestly.
It's
Like,
our-
Yeah,
it's our-
talk your truth.
our
Yeah.
experiences are
Speak-
so like crazy.
Speak your
like that.
truth.
Yeah, we got to understand sometimes, like we got to understand that the deluge fuckboy-isms that you girls have to like dredge through
On a
sometimes
daily basis.
on a daily basis.
We're
every
sludging
day.
through shit, bro. Like,
Like,
say it's a part of my
like it's
life.
Katrina. It's Katrina for y'all sometimes. So good luck with all that.
So guys, thank you for joining us tonight. To the men's, thank you for listening to us whenever you're listening to us, because we really enjoyed having this particular conversation. Please remember to follow us, but let me shamelessly plug my men friends. You can check out their accounts and stuff. We have Logs is Demigod Chronicles. Figure it out. Esau is Swimson, like swim, splash waterfalls.
I mean,
And Daryl is at Dog Vision again. Daryl is our producer, editor, director, all the things in one. He's the one that makes the funny edits and catches our facial expressions and stuff like that. Tells us exactly what it is we're doing good, what we should work on. So apart from being clearly an amazing husband, he's an amazing visual creator. And big up all of y'all selves. Thank you so much. And of course, follow us at straightnotechaser.podcast on the Instagram and go to the link in our bio. See us on your preferred streaming platform, the YouTubes, Anchor, Spotify, Apple Music. It was nice being with you guys.
Thank you.